Hey friends, so today we're doing the second part of this video. In the first part, I replaced those PVC pipes, got all those fixed up, and today we're gonna be filling in that hole to cover up the opening we had to do to get it repaired. As you can tell, this hole is pretty deep. So what I like to do, I like to put in some backing behind it with the debris, the rocks, and whatever came out of it. I like to fill it in. So all those little rocks right there, they came out of that hole. So I'm going to fill it in with that as well. And also there's something else I like to do. Let me show you guys real quick. So I use these concrete bags to fill in the hole. This is a Mexican trick that I learned out here, or maybe you guys do this out there in the States, but out here in good old Mexico, this is how I learned to do it. So fill in that hole with some concrete bags. So that's what we're about to do right now. Just fill it in. And as you can tell, that hole is pretty dry, so I like to throw water all around it. And on this side too, I busted out the hole as I was chiseling on the other side trying to get to the pipes, so I got to repair this as well. Yeah, so everything is all good to go. We're about to start filling it in with the rocks, and we'll start filling it with the rocks and then some of the concrete bags, so it doesn't use up as much material, because concrete gets expensive. So yeah, with this, if we use some rocks and concrete bags, it won't use as much material. Yeah, so it's kind of like a little puzzle. You just gotta put those rocks in where they fit. And then after that, I put the concrete bags all around, on top of the rocks that I put in to fill in the hole and all of that. This process can get a little time consuming, but that's just part of it. And now we're about to start putting in the concrete bags. So once they're soaked up, it doesn't take too long for them to get soaked up. So just grab a bucket, fill it up with water, and then put the concrete bags in there. And yeah, so basically it's the puzzle piece again. You just shove them in where they fit. And rip them up if you have to. That's really what you have to do, to rip them up and get them in little pieces so they can fit in there. So that's it. The hole's filled up with the rocks and the concrete bags, and now we're about to fill it in with some concrete. Just put my concrete in a bucket, and I got my little trowel there. I'm about to fill in the hole. So this is how I do things out here. I just like to share what I've learned, and I thought this video would be helpful, because when I got deported first, I had to deal with concrete a lot, because most of the homes in Mexico, they're built with concrete, and I was looking for videos that would help me would teach me how to fill in a hole in concrete. But there wasn't much out there, so that's why I'm wanting to make these videos, and I'm also wanting to share my adventures that I run into out here, and the things that I have to deal with. So that's really why I'm starting to do these videos. So I hope they're helpful to you guys. If you guys have another way you guys do things, let me know. I appreciate all the feedback, good or bad. Honestly, I grow more from the negative feedback, because it's a learned lesson, like, oh, I shouldn't have done it that way, or oh, I learned how to do it a different way. Let me try that way, maybe that way's easier, So all feedback is welcome. But again, I hope, you know, this is helpful to somebody that's watching this. So yeah, so we got the other side filled up. We're gonna let that dry, and we're gonna jump on this side to cover this little hole in. I'll show you guys in a bit what's the type of concrete mix that I use. I use this special powder called yeso. I'm not sure what it would be out there in the States, but out here it's called yeso. And basically that thing dries up fast. So we're almost there. This is one of the last passes to fill in this little hole, and then we'll let it dry. And this side, it's all filled in. It's pretty hard already, so it's with that mix that I'm telling you guys. I'll put some yeso in the concrete, and it hardens it pretty fast. So it's ready for the next pass. It'll get smoothed out, so don't worry about that. Right now I'm just getting the trowel and I'm knocking down all the high areas, because I have some high areas. We want to try to get as flush as possible to the wall. Yeah, right there's all the low spots, and all those stains on the wall, we'll get it cleaned up. And this side's all hardened up as well, so it's good to go. With the sponge, you'll be able to clean it off. So if you get any concrete and stuff like that on the pipes or on the wall, you can just clean it off with the wet sponge, and it just comes right off. If you guys hear me talking Spanish in my video as well, that's the original audio. This is a voiceover right now. It's because I also have a Spanish YouTube channel, so yeah, I'm trying to balance both of them. It's hard to do, but I'm gonna try to do it for my Spanish speakers as well, you know. And I'm gonna show you guys the mix that I do for the concrete. So right here I have some sand. It's just sand that I buy from the store. Who knows where they get it, maybe from the beach or something. And so I use this screen right here to screed out all the big rocks, because you just want straight sand. And then that white powder right there, that's yeso. I add some of that, a little bit of that, to the concrete mix, so it hardens it fast. That way I'm in and out, and on jobs like this, on repairs, so I can't be waiting there all day long. And then right here, this one's just straight concrete. So yeah, so I mix concrete, sand, and a little bit of yeso, and that way it'll harden the concrete. This concrete right here, I didn't add any yeso. It's just straight concrete and sand. I didn't want this concrete to dry up too fast on me, so that's why I just used straight concrete and sand. That hose that's right there, I was wanting to remove it so bad, but I didn't even want to touch with it. I didn't even want to mess with it, because this whole repair that I'm doing right now is because I started messing with those pipes, and then ended up cracking one of the 90s, and it was just a mess. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I kept dropping the concrete. He was driving me crazy. But maybe because I was talking, and I don't know what happened, but if you guys didn't catch that, and rewind it, you guys will see it. I messed up like 2-3 times dropping concrete on the ground. Doing all this concrete work, I never imagined in my life that I'd be doing this type of work. back when I was in Vegas, that's where I got deported from. I was doing electrical work. I guess you would call me an electrician, right? And yeah, it was fun work. It was good. It still is. I still do it to this day. But back then I never thought I would do any other trades. But now I'm out here doing concrete work. I'm using this trowel right here to flatten it out right now. So I don't do concrete every single day, so that's why I'm not an expert on all this stuff. But you know, I know a little something that gets me by. And right here we're gonna use this trowel to cover that thing up. And like some stucco type of work. I don't even know what it's called, this type of work. I just call it as patchwork, and I know I need to do it in order for the customer to be happy, you know. So that's what I've learned too, to be able to do multiple things. That way I can run electrical line or fix some plumbing work or whatever it might be, and then also I can patch it, you know. So that's what I learned out here in Mexico, to be multi-skilled in different trades, and basically, you know, to make money, so put food on the table, because work out here is slow. So that's why I try to do a little bit of everything out here. I have to do a little bit of everything. If I stuck only to electrical, I wouldn't be able to provide food on the table. So that's why I got to do what I have to do. And to get a job out here, that's not an option, because it doesn't pay enough so I can pay my bills. So yeah, for you guys thinking out there, why is this guy doing so many things? Why not stick to one? That's the reason that if I stick to one, I won't have enough work. And if I get a job that's just sticking to one thing, even if it's multi things, they're not gonna pay me enough where I can pay my bills, where I can put food on the table. So I gotta do a little bit of everything. But praise God for it. You know, I'm grateful. I've learned a lot. By no means am I an expert, but I do my best. So we're gonna use this sponge right here to smooth it out. And I think I started using the sponge a little too early. So I was already rushing. I was trying to get home. This right here is like my 4th day being here on a free repair. So I was just getting fed up with it, but it still came out good. You know, that's not to say that I'm rushing and I did a bad job. It came out good. You guys will see the end result. But yeah, so we feather out the heavy or the high spots with the sponge, and it knocks it down pretty good. And make sure you keep that sponge clean, because it gets dirty real quick, and you keep using the dirty sponge, it'll just start smearing stuff. As you see in the sponge, it's pretty dirty. So just make sure to put it in the bucket and clean it up, because you just start smearing stuff on the wall. Yeah, give it a good rinse and go back at it again. Clean out all the smudges and stains on the wall.
Para adentro mejor lo arrastramos.
And then here we're gonna clean all the pipes and the hoses and all of that, so they're not dirty, filled with cement and stuff. But this is fun work for sure. So I hope you guys learned something on this video, and it was a blessing to you guys. Let me know what you guys think. You guys learned something? You guys would have done it differently? Let me know. Pulling out the phone to take some pictures for the Instagram and the Facebook. Yeah, post it on the business profiles.
And Instagram. Entonces ahora nos falta esta parte.
And that side's good to go as well. Just gotta dry and yeah, it's all good. It's been a couple months since I done this job, so, or maybe a month, and it's still good. Haven't had a callback. Right here's the same thing. Feather it out, knock down all the high spots.
Perfecto. Al
So
siguiente
that's
trabajo.
it. Looks good.
Gracias por mirar el video y pues
Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you learned a thing or two.
Entonces,
And we'll catch you guys on the next one. God bless you guys.
pues aquí está el deportado.